After giving an organ update in the first service, somebody stopped me and said, "My gosh, it's taken so long. Did you all have to do all of these things at once?" And I was reminded of a great sermon illustration where a pastor friend of mine was standing behind an elderly woman at a grocery store, and she had all of these canned goods that she sent down the lane, and they just one by one rolled up to the cash register. And the cash register scanned every one of them and put them in a bag. And she said, "Son, I want you to put all of those in one bag, and I want you to make sure that it's not too heavy." And I thought, it's sort of the same thing. We don't have a choice but to do all of these things all at one time, and we don't have a choice but to sort of suffer through all of them together. So we thought this morning we would give you an update just so that you know where we're all coming from. There are three things I want you to know. First, all of the pipes are in, and that includes the gallery organ, which the organ builder has been working on this last 10 days or so. So those of you that are in the balcony, you're sitting now under part of the new organ up there in the gallery, up in the sort of triangular part of the ceiling. Soon enough, that'll be working. It's not working just yet, but the pipes are installed, and air will be provided there soon, and we'll have part of our antiphonal organ back there. The second thing that I want you to know is that as part of the organ project is a lot of the construction that we've been living with for some time, and some of which has just occurred in the last week, like the slate floor, the wood floor upstairs, but also the modesty rails. And there are many of you who probably haven't even noticed the difference because the construction workers did such a fine job of recreating our modesty rails. But these two rails that the ministers are sitting in front of are just temporary. And we sent our modesty rails, the ones that have been in for a long, long time, off to the shop to be fixed so that we can expand our chancel area so that the growing choir has more seats to sit in. And those will come back soon enough, as will the screen that the three chairs used to be built into here on the chancel that the ministers sat in. So all of those things are off at the shop. They're being worked on. They're being preserved, but also restored. And you'll see those here in the next couple of months. So all of the pipes are in. The construction is still ongoing, but we're a long way and we're very, very close. And those things that are much loved and historic to this place are coming back, fear not. The third thing I want you to know is that it's okay to take out your iPhone now and put this in. On October 26th, we're going to have the organ dedication. This is going to be a huge day of music, both in the morning and in the evening, and I want you to be a part of it. I don't want you to miss it. And in order to sort of expand the possibility that morning, we knew that we wanted somebody at the organ that evening that was a world-class concert organist. But we also knew that we wanted him or her to be somebody that was nearby. So we've asked Bradley Welch, and he's accepted. He's the organist at Highland Park United Methodist Church, world-renowned. He's just an extraordinary musician. He's going to be here that evening. But also, we've commissioned John Thornburg, another world-renowned musician who happens to be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He used to be the head of the North American Hymn Society, and we've commissioned him to write a hymn that is specific to this congregation and even more specific to this instrument, one that we'll enjoy every time we do something that's a part of the rolling out of this concert series. So there are lots of things that are in the works. We're so close. We appreciate your patience as we roll all of these things out, the pipes, the construction, and eventually the dedication. It's right around the corner. The last thing I want you to know is that Dan Garland, who is our organ builder, has been here himself every week without fail, both services, sitting very patiently over here just outside these doors, waiting just in case a pipe doesn't work or maybe a pipe works a little too often and we haven't asked for it to. He has been so kind to just sit here and babysit this instrument, and we are thankful for him, for his time, and we can't wait for all of this to come to fruition here in October.